If you want to lift heavier weights, you put your body under physical stress until the muscle adapts. Mental strength works the exact same way. We treat it as a developmental process, a muscle that responds to deliberate repetition and stress inoculation. By the end of this session, we are going to build a tangible, customized one-page action plan. We'll divide it into two core sections: your daily conditioning routine and a crisis protocol. So grab a pen and a piece of paper, or open up a blank digital note. We are going to build this plan together using research-backed protective factors, focusing on emotionality and realistic planning. Having a structured, pre-written protocol ready to go provides the framework needed to move past inevitable adversity and begin proactively adapting to it. Step 1. At the very top of your page, write down a specific, recent frustrating event or challenge. We'll use this as our test case. When we face a challenge like that, we often fall into a victim mindset. We focus on how unfair the situation is or blame external forces, which gives away our power to solve the problem. A proactive mindset accepts that life is often unfair, but takes absolute responsibility for the response. A single stressor forces two paths. The victim path leads to dead-end blame, while the proactive path creates a problem-solving loop. Notice how the proactive path filters out external noise, isolating specific variables you can actually change. Identifying the elements within your direct control is the necessary prerequisite before any real mental conditioning can begin. Now, let's move to the left column of your tracker, daily conditioning. Write down Habit A, 5 minutes of breath work. This establishes baseline autonomic control. By inhaling for 4 seconds, holding and exhaling for 4 seconds, you physically train your nervous system to remain steady. Right below that, add Habit B, hunt the good stuff. This requires writing down 3 positive events every single day, alongside a brief reflection on exactly why those specific things happened. Human brains have an innate negativity bias. We naturally scan for threats. Deliberately hunting for positive events slowly rewires that neurological default. Dedicating just under 10 minutes a day to these 2 micro-habits builds the emotional awareness required to prevent standard daily stressors from escalating into crises. Let's shift over to the right side of your page, the crisis protocol. This is your emergency toolkit for when your emotional balance is severely threatened. It is vital to understand the difference between emotional regulation and emotional suppression. We want to process feelings constructively, not mask the pain. Write down the acronym TIPP. This is your physical circuit breaker for intense distress. T stands for temperature, like rapidly cooling your face with water. I is for intense exercise, utilizing short bursts of activity to expend built-up stress energy. The 2 Ps stand for paced breathing, which stimulates the vagus nerve, and progressive muscle relaxation, where you systematically tense and release muscle groups to shed physical stress. Directly below TIP, write down the acronym STOP. Stop, take a breath, observe without judgment, and proceed. This is the mental grounding technique you deploy right after the physical reset. You cannot reason your way out of a physiological panic. You have to break the physical stress loop with TIP before you can use STOP to accurately evaluate the crisis. Finally, create a section at the bottom of your page titled Real-Time Resilience. We use this to combat the 5 common thinking traps: mind reading, blaming yourself, blaming others, catastrophizing, and helplessness. Look back at that specific challenge you wrote down at the beginning. We are going to apply a strategic reframe to it. We'll use a rapid reframe strategy popularized by former Navy SEAL Jocko Willink. When a setback occurs, you meet it with a single word: good. If you lose a client, good. That frees up time to find a better one. If you fail a test, good. Now you know exactly which weak spots to target. Executing this reframe serves as a tactical maneuver to instantly shift your brain from passive distress into proactive problem solving. Take a look at your page. You have successfully built a comprehensive, evidence-based toolkit for your own psychology. The architecture is simple. The daily habits build your structural foundation, while the emergency protocols and reframes act as your safety nets when things go wrong. Tape this plan to your bathroom mirror or save it as the background on your phone. It takes 30 to 60 days of consistency for neural pathways to cement a new habit, so keep it visible. Mental resilience does not happen overnight. It grows steadily through the daily, deliberate practice of putting in the reps.